Mars through the houses series. This will be Mars in the eighth house to be exact. So if you happen to have a Mars in the eighth house, or okay, you just, following along, you know what I mean? Welcome to my humble abode. My name is Crew, aka a rainy storm, checking in. I am your cosmic root work astrologist specializing in evolutionary astrology. If you're interested in learning more about your past lives, if you're interested in learning about your destiny, I'm also at this moment taking general readings for barter and trade, and also tip and donation base if you're interested there. And also, too, I have a new course that just dropped talking about chironic wounds, specifically with the Aries part of your birth chart. So if you're interested in learning about that, your chironic wounds course is now available online. It talks a little bit about what Chiron in that particular house means in your chart, but as well as that, it also talks about and helps support how to alchemize, helping you support and alchemize that energy in your personal chart. So y'all make sure y'all go and check that out. Also, too, if you would like to donate to this page, my YouTube channel, you can definitely buy me a ginger beer down below on my coffee page. And also, too, you can subscribe to my coffee page as well by click the follow button in there. It's kind of like a newsletter as well, too. So anytime I post an update on my coffee page, you can get those links directly sent to your email and things like that. So if you're interested in that, Also, Astral Travels as well, my astral travels video, me as a North Node in Sagittarius, living on my Sagittarius, North Node in Sagittarius line, and also my MC line as well, and close to my Venus line. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Like, share, subscribe, and comment down below, and let's get into it. Okay, Mars, we'll talk about the energy of Mars, and then also how it relates or pertains to the eighth house. Okay, and so Mars rules over Scorpio, and it also rules over Aries. This is our energy, our vigor, our vitality. It also talks about our, sexual energy and how we can alchemize that into creative energy. It gets us going. Mars is the warrior god. You feel me? And so when we look at Mars energy, or Martian energy, we're also looking at how we are taking charge of things. It's our confidence, and when we're, getting things together and getting things ready. And it's also the energy we can see when somebody is angry. Okay, when you're angry, you acting and playing out that Mars sign. So you definitely want to see where Mars is in your chart, and also what is aspecting your Mars, because usually those are the things that you're probably getting a little angry about. Okay, or just in general with this Mars energy here. So when we have Mars in the eighth house, okay, which is the Scorpio house, all right, so you can see somebody who has a very, I would say, highly, very sensual, and even a very sexual nature. Venus, when I was talking about Venus in the last one, is more so like embodying this energy. Mars is more so like going after, right? Because it's outward kind of energy. It's the energy that you're pouring out. So you might see somebody with Mars in the eighth house who is has a very strong sexual energy, very strong sexual nature, and very passionate lovers. Like, they want to get deep, they want to know you. And sensual doesn't necessarily mean sexual, right? Sensual is the way, or sensuality is the ways in which you have conversations with your body, conversations with your energetic codes and spheres as well, here with Mars going through the eighth house. It's also the occult, it's psychological, mental capacity. So it's working through, Mars wants to work through those deep depths, things that hide beyond, in the addict, you know what I mean, in those boxes. I say the 12th and 8th house are like, 8th house is more like addict, and 12th house is more like no, 8th house is more like the basement, and 12th house is more like the attic. So the basement, and like going into the basement and finding those boxes that you haven't touched in like years, you know what I mean, and then shaking through that and seeing what's hidden in there. You could definitely see with Mars in the 8th house here. Also, too, when it comes to the occult, Mars can definitely put a lot of energy into sharpening, because Mars also rules the weapon of choice. So sharpening their spiritual abilities. Hidden, a lot of times 8th house is hidden, 4th house is hidden, 8th house is hidden, 12th house is usually hidden. But eighth house is like those hidden things that we don't like, they're there but we don't necessarily want to fully on confront, and like much like 12th house, but you know, you kind of hide from these parts of yourself, or the only people that know these parts of yourself are like very intimately and closely connected to you as well. Also, to eighth house rules inheritances, and it also rules legal contracts and agreements and binds. So you could see people that actually are fighting over inheritances, families that are fighting over inheritances, or you can be given in inheritances through settlements and things like that um, as well through here through the eighth house as well. Also too, when it comes to other people's money in partnerships, so you can have shared resources, because eighth house rules shared resources that you have with another. So you can also see this being like, maybe you have a partnership, whether that's business partnership or it could be a romantic relationship and partnership, where y'all also are also sharing your resources, or even maybe sometimes fighting over them resources as well here with Mars in the eighth house. Definitely, like I said, very intimate here, or craving depth and intimacy, building physically to reveal hidden truths. You could definitely see somebody who is wanting to go, who isn't really afraid sometimes, you know, especially Mars, because it like takes action on those things, but isn't afraid to go into the darkness, and not only with themselves but also with other people. Like, it's easy for Mars in the eighth house to cut through the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? It's easy for them to sift through the things that are going on and what's not going on. They're like kind of like the, you know, the investigators and stuff like that. You know, you ever had a friend who was like, you know, I want to kind of know more about this person, but they don't have like a, and so the friend is like, don't worry about it, got it, you know what I mean? Like type, typing out, trying to find all the info and stuff like that. So like they want to get to the bottom of things. They can even become very obsessive with getting to the bottom of the hidden truths, even when it comes to like the occult. They want to know, you know, dive really deep, or even psychologically dive into like the you know, the mental capacities of the mind. But they it cuts very deep. Like I said, it's a weapon of choice when we talk about Mars energy here. So they want to get to the very, very base bottom of what it is they're trying to dig out here with Mars here. Also too, you can see exploring hidden fears and also emotions and shadows as well. Like I said, um, Mars in the eighth house, even though it's a hidden house, like I said, I would definitely even say with Mars in the eighth house, they can be very introspective when it comes to their feelings and emotions, especially when it comes to their anger as well. I would say that it would be wise for Mars in the eighth house to be expressive of their anger in a healthy way. Okay. Because sometimes it can be giving, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It could be giving Joe and you, okay? So I'm not saying to that extent, but I'm just saying, you know, you just want to make sure that you like expressing those sensations in a healthy way, because if it feels suppressed, it can be volatile. Not only just for you, but just for others. Also, too, Mars in the eighth house can, especially when it comes to, because it can be the house because it's hidden. Sometimes it's like wanting to move through your inner darkness, or wanting to move through the shadow parts of yourself that, you know, most people will be like afraid to see. Mars is like, I want to see it all. I want to reveal it all. You know what I mean? But usually, like I said, it's can be hidden from the open eye. They can definitely make great people who are transformers or transmuters of energy, or alchemizers of like very powerful and impactful energy with Mars in the eighth house here. So that's a little bit of what I feel and believe to be for Mars in the eighth house. I want to thank y'all for coming in and checking through for this week. We're going to finish up next week with Mars in the ninth house through the 12th house. Like I said, y'all make sure that y'all check out my links below if you would like to buy me a coffee to support, or buy me a ginger beer to support my channel. You could definitely check out those links below. You can also check out Healing Your Chironic Wounds course, now available, with the links below. And also too, just make sure you like, share, subscribe. Portion of readers down below, and y'all already know what it is. It's Rainstorm checking in, checking out, without a doubt. Also, the Astro Traveling series is available. You know, if you want to see what the journey's like, looking like, feeling like, all that good stuff. And yeah, I will see y'all on the next video or next week for the later videos. And yeah, so check it out. Okay, deuces.